Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 73. Today we have Mr. Oakley himself, Edwin Shen. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, a lot of people know you as the Oakley, I guess, brand ambassador or brand rep, not ambassador, right?
Yeah.
I was looking on your, I don't know, if it's Instagram or LinkedIn or something. You describe yourself as a very enthusiastic sports fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so Evan, who are you and what do you do?
Right. So, like you rightly mentioned, I'm a very big sports fan.
Mm-hmm.
Started from football, but I kind of move on towards cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're interested in cycling before you even ended Oakley, right?
yeah. So maybe I can share a bit of a story.
Of course.
Yeah. So how I started in cycling is actually during my first job.
Yeah.
I was working for a country club that does sports events.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was in the sports event department, and they had this event called night cycling.
Yep.
So naturally, being the youngest and the newest member of the team, they told me, Kevin, you'll be at the back sweeping everyone else.
Yes.
Got a rental bike, and I have a safety vehicle just behind me.
Yep. The broom wagon.
Yeah. And he happened to be my gym instructor.
Okay.
For the club.
Yeah.
And he was just telling me, Edwin, can you please cycle faster?
Right.
After the event, a few weeks later, I went to buy a bike.
Yeah.
And I started riding. Got more interested into the sport. Started reading about Lance Armstrong. That's where I got hooked.
Oh, so was that long ago when this was all happening?
Yeah.
Early 2000s, I guess, was
correct.
it when Lance was still a thing.
Yeah, 7 Tour de France wins after beating cancer, right? So
Yeah.
the motivation level and the inspiration level is actually very high. So that's where it all started.
So you are Oakley's products trainer.
Yep.
And also / sports marketing, right?
Yep.
So what does that mean, product trainer? So if so with the Oakley's here, right? So if a new Oakley's come out, there's a brief on the tint and the clarity or whatever it is and how it's made.
Yep.
Then you make all the collaterals, or are you just
Right.
teaching the stores?
Yeah. So usually when a new selection comes out, usually we have them twice a year.
Okay.
So we will have all the details already. I'm supposed to download all the details to myself.
We're going to study them, right?
There'll be a brand briefing as well.
Yep.
For new collection from a global team. And then usually you get samples first and then get to play around with it.
Yep.
Especially I still do sports, I still run, I still cycle. So perfect for me. These are new toys to me.
Oh, so you personally try them out, and then you can see if sweat makes them foggy, if it's good in low light, it's good. Okay.
Yeah. So I get to test them out first. Get all the details. Why is the lens wrapped in such a way? Where the rubbers at, or the rubbers, we call them unobtainium. Why is it down here?
Yep.
What's the purpose of this design? What's the story behind it?
Because for products like Oakley, right?
Yeah.
They don't just willy-nilly put products out there.
Yeah.
Every single nut and bolt and screw and color is for a reason.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So now it's your job to understand all the reasons.
Yeah.
And then translate those reasons to everyone else so they also understand.
Precisely. Okay. My brand manager always tells me there's a story for every piece of Oakley. Yeah, like for example, this piece I had them on my head.
Yep.
It's called a latch panel.
Yep.
So if I were to close this a little bit, you'll see there's a metal coming down. So this actually allows you to hook to your shirt.
Oh, okay.
So the story about this is it's actually designed for skaters.
Oh.
Before they go to skate, they wear their shades, and when they need to skate, they will hook onto their
Like roller skaters or skateboarders?
skateboarders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so Oakley doesn't just do glasses, right? They do merch, they do helmets, they do snowboarding stuff as well. Are you just glasses, or are you everything?
At the moment, everything.
Okay.
But for Singapore market, it's more of shades, prescription eyewear, apparel, backpacks, helmets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I first met you when you were running Garmin Run Club.
Yeah.
My fateful half marathon, which I didn't quite complete. We have a whole episode about that. For the 12 weeks or something leading up to that, we were training together.
Yeah.
Not just me and you, but like those 20 of us or something. Then we're all training 3 times a week or something.
Yes.
And you were the Garmin rep, not Oakley rep before. So this is before your days at Oakley.
Right.
What you're doing at Garmin was similar to what you're doing now at Oakley?
Yeah, it's actually very similar. It's only in terms of training, it's different product.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. Even the athletes are more or less the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that. Okay. And then so we at the Garmin Running Club, Man Yun was there as well,
Yes.
coaching us.
Yeah.
Is there an Oakley equivalent of that? Is there an Oakley Run Club, or is there will there be one day?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I pitched. By this point of time, maybe not yet. But eventually, I hope that we will do something like that.
Is the Oakley flagship store the one in Marina Bay Sands, or is there another one?
So we have about 8 stores,
Okay.
Oakley stores. So MBS is the newest one, the latest one. At the same time, it's newly renovated as well.
Okay.
So if you want limited edition drops, so you go there first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other hat that you wear for Oakley is sports marketing,
Yeah.
right? What does that actually mean?
Yeah. So every now and then we get requests for events to sponsor. So I will get the proposal and discuss this with my brand managers and my assistant managers to see, is it feasible? Is it worth doing? What's the ROI? So that's just purely on events.
Yep.
At the same time, another big segment of sports marketing is getting the right ambassadors in.
And collaborations with people or
Related to the sport that we are in, related to the brand that we are in as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before let's rewind all the way back, right?
Yeah.
Before you were Garmin, before you were Oakley, I saw you at the T100 start line. You were doing the duathlon, I think, because I'll start manager, right? You were duathlon.
Yeah.
You seem to be also doing events, right? You do T100. You must have done. You can't just show up to T100, right? So, is that also been a long-standing thing of yours to participate in these sort of events as well?
Yeah. So I think it all started way back when I first started my first job. And actually it was introduced by my cousin and said, hey, Edwin, let's do a half marathon. And I told me, you crazy, a half marathon is 21 kilometers. I said, no, just follow me. Okay, then we signed up Army Half.
Yep.
This is way back in 2005.
So young, you can do that, right?
Yeah. He just wanted to do it, so just accompany him. And then after that, he said, hey, let's do a triathlon. It's very fun. All right, already triathlon? And he's like, yeah, just follow him.
Swimming.
Okay, let's follow him. Yeah. In the end, he's not involved in any of this anymore.
And you're the sucker that stuck with it. So you do the typical Singapore thing, Metasport, Trifactor, SRT, these sort of events.
It all started with sprint, and then got really interested. And then I started doing more marathons.
Yep.
Singapore Marathon, and then there was Gold Coast back there. I signed up for a package. And then Gold Coast is like so fantastic. Yeah. Nice views, nice weather, got a PB because it's flat.
What is your PBs?
Wow, no.
Sub 4 hours?
My PB is not really good.
Okay.
Sub 5 actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the most exotic race you've actually done?
So after
Most memorable? How about that's not free exotic?
after Gold Coast, I actually signed up for a few more because I had another friend that was doing marathons.
Yep.
She actually did more than 100 marathons already. So
Oh,
she asked me to do Hong Kong marathon with her. Okay, let's go Hong Kong. And then I actually did one Barcelona marathon. And that was a trip that was actually very interesting because I kind of packaged it as a holiday plus run with my then girlfriend. And eventually after the trip that I went with her, she became my wife.
Nice. Okay. A lot of people do that actually. They'll ask their significant other, where you want to go. No, here's a list of races. Which one is the realest one? They don't go to the New Jersey Marathon, for example. They'll probably go to Hawaii or whatever, right? It's almost nicer.
Yes.
Okay. And then I was looking at your LinkedIn, and it says on the title, follow me on Instagram to see what I do.
Yeah.
So I went to your Instagram, and all I saw was pictures of you cycling around the world, doing all these sort of cool things. I saw a video of you and Pocket Chow together, riding the cobbles. I'm like, what the heck? How do you get to do all these? Is this all through Oakley that you're doing these cool things, or is this personal? Or
It's all personal, actually. I mean, as a cycling fan, way back when you watch Lance, you watch the races on TV all the time.
Yeah.
And every time you watch these races, you get to see all these magnificent views, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so before COVID, I actually thought that, okay, I can save money, I want to do this. And then COVID happened and couldn't do anything. And the moment COVID is over, I told myself, no, we better go now.
YOLO, right?
Yeah.
You better.
So actually, I sold my bike in 2023, so to fund a trip to Tour de France.
Okay.
I went to France, loved the experience for about 2 weeks, watched the Champs-Élysées finish, and everything's beautiful, right? And as a fan, and come back, okay, what's next after Tour de France? Okay, the next is Paris-Roubaix. Yeah, so tried the cobbles
Yep.
about a month ago. As a fan, you really should try it.
How does it actually feel, right? Is it as bad as it seems, or worse than it seems?
Worse than it seems. As an Asian, you don't have a lot of cobblestone roads.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have that kind of experience.
So can you feel the up and down of every single?
Felt everything. The moment I got on, so the very first day we did a recon,
Yeah.
the group was saying we will go Arenberg first. Arenberg is a 5-star cobble step. And so famous, right? Like, okay, let's go, let's go, you know?
Yeah.
And then you go on to it and I couldn't see anything at all because I was just shaking.
Your focal distance doesn't work, right?
I don't see anything. It's just shaking the whole time.
You kind of realize that. Just watching it, you realize that. Yeah. But then companies have designed entire bikes around that race, right? Yeah. So if they're going to redesign an entire bike, there's got to be something worse than it actually looks, right? Like the Specialized Roubaix, and then Pinarello had one. They had dampers at the back, dampers at the front, all this sort of crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, but the one I was riding on an EF Cannondale. It's a high-end road bike.
Yep.
You feel everything.
Did they at least have 28 milliliter tires or
yeah,
32?
I think we ran 30.
Yeah.
And we were playing around with the pressure. That's how impressed I was with the camp because they actually went to so detail, front tire pressure, rear tire pressure, just to make sure we don't puncture.
I really thought that you were doing some Oakley product demo and then you happened to tag along and do this as well. And just, oh my God, this is all out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Have you bought another road bike since, or have you still, are you road bikeless up? You sold your road?
No, I already got another one. I realized after some time I cannot live without my bike.
Yeah, of course. Right. And so I remember also we were at Spin Access.
Yeah.
I think 3 years ago. I bumped into your Spin Access, right?
Yes.
And it was a Mark Cavendish meet and greet. Yeah. Right? And it was an awesome event. Because it was only like 20 people or maybe 40 people or something like that. And so we got a little bit of time with Cav. And I thought I was great because I had this old Specialized helmet from Cavendish's time, and I had both of his books. And I thought, I'm getting him to sign these things. This is awesome. And then you come and pull out some teddy bear from the Tour de France, don't know when, green jersey, and it was like, oh my God, where the heck did you get that? And how did you even get that? So you must be some sort of collector. I collect skateboard decks and I like old school skateboard decks, and I don't say I collect sneakers, but I like sneakers. I have lots of sneakers. I'm not always sure the boundary of having lots of something and collecting is, right. But I wear my sneakers. Collectors don't really. So anyway, so I understand this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But to what extent do you collect? Because you also whipped out some his number.
Yeah.
That he had at the back of the bike. Was that an original number, or did you just reproduce one and just have him sign it because it was his number?
No, I actually found a reseller of these numbers, race numbers, on eBay. So, like you mentioned, where did I get all this? It's actually mostly from eBay.
Okay.
And usually eBay, the international marketplace, usually have all these things.
Yeah. So are you only collector of cycling stuff? Like, or how? Let's go. How deep is your addiction?
It got so deep to the point where I told myself I have to stop.
So you're not collecting bottle caps and fingernail clippings or anything like that? Crazy things like that, right?
Yeah. It all started with football, right? I mean, I support Manchester United, so it all started with signed jerseys, player issue jerseys, and things like that.
So game used stuff would be like the alternate, right?
Yeah. And then, I realized that, I have new hobby cycling. So, I just went towards that direction. It was Bradley Wiggins at first. Team Sky was very big. And
so you got all these sort of things. You've got Team Sky jerseys, like signed, Chris Froome.
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
oh, God. Okay, so let's just go back to that date at Spin Access, right? So we're there. You got this teddy bear to sign.
Yeah.
Did you already have it and you thought, Cav was coming, I'm going to sign it? Or did you find out Cav was coming and 3 months before and then buy the bear to make sure that you had in time for him? How does your brain work for this?
Right. So
do you do this for all, like, if you, like, let's just say Pog is coming to town in October.
Yeah.
Would you be looking for stuff for him to sign?
So it's a very unhealthy habit that every night I'll start scrolling on eBay.
In Australia, I know in America, I used to be like that. I have a thing for Volvo Cannondale memorabilia because I have two Volvo Cannondale bikes. and the yellow and the blue. It's just classic, and I loved it.
Yep.
So I just have a search Volvo Cannondale in my search bar box, and I'll get emails all the time. So I have like 10 or 15 Volvo Cannondale jerseys, right? And they're all vintage and retro now. And so I totally get the eBay, continue with eBay. And then same as you, one fine day, Cadell Evans was in town.
Right.
And Cadell Evans is one of the original Volvo Cannondale riders. Oh my God, yeah, I got this jersey and I threw it up in front of him and he was like, oh my God, where'd you get this from? And he signed it and it's hanging on the wall upstairs. Yeah, it's great. So when you're looking at eBay, do you have a bunch of different things? Let's go. What are your typical save searches? Signed jersey, game worn jersey?
Yeah, it's pretty much signed cycling, Mark Cavendish, Bradley Wiggins, it's still there.
Yep.
Yeah, Ineos Grenadiers, now it's Jumbo Visma, not waiting for Wout van Aert.
He did well, yes. He did well last night. You won on
So
the
happy
stage.
for him.
Yeah. Okay. So then how much of the stuff do you have? Well, how much do you admit to having?
So it's some on the shelves, like the soft toy.
So if I go to your house right now, is it all in the store, so it's an air conditioning store somewhere, or is it in your living room on a shelf, all these teddy bears and signed stuff?
Most of it is on the shelf, but the signed jerseys are still in the cupboard because I already got the time to go and frame them.
Yeah, and it's not cheap to frame those, right?
Right. And you need to find space, right? Empty walls, and then you ask permission from your wife to hang.
Okay, so we're talking quite a significant number, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. So right now you're in your cycling phase, or maybe triathlon even might cross over, right? And then that's the sort of stuff you're looking for, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nuts. I really love this because I'm the same. I think what a lot of people want to hear and might be listening to this is you are the brand rep, right?
Yep.
72 episodes. These Oakleys have lasted, right?
Thank you for
so. If I want you to sponsor me, for example, right? What are you looking for? What do you have to show? What sort of stuff? If you want to be sponsored, if I want to see you on a sponsored Oakley athlete or person.
Yeah. I think it's pretty much the same for most brands. I can't say for the other brands, but for Oakley, what we're looking for is social media presence. I mean, if you're an athlete already, that's very good because, to be honest, a lot of Singaporeans want to know what you do.
Yeah.
How you train. How do you run so fast? How do you cycle with so much power?
Yeah.
People like us want to know, and we like to know, and want to know the secrets.
Yeah.
If I go to your social media profile and the first thing I see is private,
oh yeah, definitely.
I want to know.
I guess suspicious of people with private social media. You don't business.
I mean, for national athletes, at the end of the day, maybe they want to, they want to have a bit of privacy, so maybe they keep it private.
April Rice was on board for an episode of maybe 20 episodes ago, and she's very good at triathlete. She's not doing triathlon anymore, but she said one of the first things her coaches told her when she started becoming good, set up an Instagram profile.
Yeah.
You put your cat lady pictures or whatever it is that can be your private.
Yeah.
But put pictures on, put your results, put your stuff, training videos on this new official account.
Yeah.
Right? Then you can refer back to that one.
Correct. First, at the end of the day, brands are always looking out for the next best thing.
Yep. So if you're winning all the races, but you're some hermit that doesn't have any social media presence, that's not what you're looking for, right?
We couldn't find you.
Yeah.
We need to find you.
Yeah.
Right? Because everyone's looking up to you. You're running a sub-3 marathon. I want to know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if someone's trying to get your attention, would it be reach out to you directly, or would it be just tag Oakley Singapore on posts or what, or just happen to have glasses on, or well, it's always good to be wearing your glasses, right? So, well,
I mean, if they can find me, you can always drop me a message. No problem.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you just go down to the stores and just let the store staff know, so you can just ask them. So all this information, they always, eventually they'll come back to me.
Yeah.
The store staff tell me, hey, Edwin is an athlete that's interested to be part of the team. How do we be part? How does he or she be part of it? So Yeah.
So, but you must get hundreds of people like that. It's like
Already.
you know, not like I'm gunning saying high school track star and they'll give me free glasses, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody that we can do.
Of course, but like, if what's your filtering process? You need to be a certain level.
Yeah, in terms of number of followers, I think other than number of followers, which sometimes people can buy. I don't know. People still do that. But another thing, it's how often you post your content.
Okay.
Yeah, I think content frequency is another thing that is important. Yeah, so it's the number of followers, the number of content you post per week, per month. That's fine too.
Is there a certain type of content that you like better?
Yeah.
Does it have to be like smiley and?
Not necessary. I mean, we don't really tell our athletes how to post because you guys are the best. Everyone wants to know what you're doing. Everyone wants to know what you're wearing. So we leave it to the athletes to make their own content. We just need them to post.
Okay, so but it could be some emo content about the grind of training, but as long as it's getting engagement, as long as it's a true representation of who they are, it's still okay, right?
From time to time, of course, we have certain campaigns, and then we'll tell them, okay, another 2 more weeks, we need you to post on certain things because there's a new campaign coming up.
Yep.
I'll just give them a very brief text, and after that, they can make it better. And
And are there different levels of athletes? Like, is it like the triathlon team, right? Has the elite A's, and then they've got the B development team, and then they've got the C. I mean, I don't know if it's C, but it's a D team. There's a D team as well, right? Does that go the same with you?
no, we don't really do that. I think at this moment, we are not ready to do any tiering system yet.
Okay.
It's more of course, I mean, if you have a bigger reach, you post good content all the time, then of course, we're going to support you with more stuff. Yeah, I can't be supporting somebody who posts once in 6 months.
Yeah.
And then you come back at me, hey, what's much?
And I had a 15th. I got 15th at the local triathlon. Right? yeah. I got you. And what's the unicorn athlete / influencer for you guys? Like, not many names, but like, what's the perfect one? Someone that's so good at the sport, as well as have a lot of followers, as well as post a lot.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I mean, we understand that elite athletes' main purpose is to be standing on a podium.
Yeah.
That's a given.
I've had a few people, elite athletes, tell me that they don't do a lot of social media because they are focusing on, like, they don't have time to carry a camera around while they're running, right?
Yeah.
I'm just grinding and I'm just doing what I do.
Yeah.
That the social media will.
But I think in today's context, if you look at international athletes, they all have a social media presence. Granted, they have probably a PR agency to support them, but they need to be out there so that everyone still remembers who they are. Hey, I don't like your names as well, but
Online names. So you compare Pogacar
Yeah.
and you compare Vingegaard, right? They're completely different personalities. Vingegaard's very shy. He's very reserved. He only shows up to big races. Where Pogacar is, I'm here. If I pin a number on, I'm in it to win it. Precisely.
yeah.
And I would be not scared to say that Pogacar has probably 5 times number of followers, right?
Yeah.
And they've won the same number of Tour de France's,
Precisely.
right?
Yeah.
But he's just such an affable and likable character, right? Everyone's just wants to follow his journey, and I think it's so great. And
Yeah. I mean, it's somebody that everyone aspires to be, right? The young kids. Everyone wants to be like him.
Yeah. Drop everyone smiling and ride off into the sunset.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think what I'm just trying to say is you need to have a bit of a presence for your brands to find you.
Yes.
Because the brands are looking for somebody to have their names, their logos, their products on you.
Well, that's at the end of the day, you're trying to sell more product, right?
Yeah.
Oakley's not a charity, right? They're trying to get glasses on as many athletes or as many people as possible.
That's right.
And whatever ethical way there is to do it, I'm sure you're looking for that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But then something like putting your logo on your tri-suit, right?
Yeah.
Does that get more bonus points for you guys, or is that just?
Actually, by right, if you were to do that, you actually need to run by us first.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. So, of course, our authorized athletes, they will always tell us that, hey, I'm making a new suit. Can you send me the latest logo? Is this placement okay? And then we run it by the team, and usually that's fine.
Okay. And then what sort of investment do you give in? Are you giving to the athletes?
Yeah.
Like, can they just walk into the Oakley store and say, I want that?
No, doesn't really work.
This is how I'm thinking. Like,
Yeah, so as mentioned earlier, it's more of a seeding program in the sense that we have two main collections in a year. So usually around March, April, there'll be one, and next one will be August, September. So always during this period of time, I will reach out to the athlete to say, hey, new products are here. Can I meet you? And from time to time, we have some apparel as well.
Yep.
As well, again, if there's a campaign that we're pushing for apparel wise, and of course, we'll prepare the products and you'll see the relevant athletes.
Yeah.
The shades as well as the apparel.
And then is this a yearly thing, or is this obviously not lifetime, right? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a yearly thing where we assess the athletes, right? We want to see how often are you on social media, how often are you racing, are you relevant in the community still? So all these things all plays a part.
Yeah, because are you just keeping your finger on the pulse in terms of what each of these people is actually what it's actually doing?
Yeah,
That's your sports marketing.
yes. I'll
When you're not on eBay, you're looking at Instagram or this.
I'll be questioned by my boss. Why are we seeing this person? This person not posting.
Yeah, so they're actually quite involved as well.
Yeah, I mean, we have quarterly reports that we generate. In fact, now it's monthly, and we actually measure our social media presence across with other countries as well.
Oh, okay.
So I sit in a regional office where we are. My brand manager is in charge of the other countries as well, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand.
So you actually have a desk somewhere.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I thought you was just like going from store to store and you're doing this. So there actually is an Oakley office and an Oakley desk. You have a
Okay, so interesting. Maybe just a bit of background. Oakley now is under this company called Luxottica.
okay.
Yeah, so Luxottica, it's actually merged with another company called Essilor. So now they are known as Essilor Luxottica.
Yep.
So Oakley is a brand under Luxottica.
They own Oakley,
They own Oakley.
or is the license to? So they own they
own
bought the
Oakley.
company.
Yes. So now we are under Italian company.
Oh, okay, not Californian anymore. So Anaheim or something. We used to be.
Headquarters is still in US, California.
Yeah.
Food Hill Ranch is our headquarters.
Okay. And then so obviously the I guess there's two types of people that you'll be looking for, right? One is the great athlete, who is getting results.
Yes.
Your product is seen in all the finisher pictures.
Yep.
The other is the so-called influencer who may not be athletic at all, but has a great story to tell and makes fantastic videos, and people are very invested in their story, engaged in their story, right? And rightly or wrongly, they might even have a more bigger reach.
Right. Yeah.
That's, you're also looking for those sort of people.
Definitely. I think if you look at the number of running groups there are right now, and the number of cyclists over the weekend, there is a group of people that are very engaging at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, we call them community leaders.
Yes.
They're still very participative in the sport. At the same time, they are very sociable online.
Yeah.
At the same time, they are bringing people together. So these are the people that we are.
Because that's exactly what you want, right? Yeah. You just want the product in front of people's faces, right? Yeah. Let's talk about glasses. You bought some glasses here, right? Of course, you're gonna bring here Oakley glasses here, right? My physio that normally sits in that little clinic there, I was saying, hey, I have Edwin from Oakley coming in, and she said, oh, I don't wear Oakley, they don't fit my face. I'm like, dude, they make Asian fit. Why don't they not fit your face? They're an Asian fit. Just briefly explain what Asian fit is for everybody, because I guess it's not widely known, because she's I wouldn't. She's a swaku sitting in the cave. Like she's quite well knowledgeable, but she had no idea about Asian fit. Right?
Yeah. So Asian fit is a low bridge fit.
Okay.
Yeah. To fit Asian faces a bit better. So for example, we have like for this model, we have a global fit.
Yep.
But so for global fit, what they try to do to accommodate most people's faces is they will give you extra nose pieces.
Okay, so you can take out the nose piece, and if this one doesn't fit, you can put in a smaller one, for example, right?
That's right. Yeah, so this is a global fitting model. However, nowadays we are moving towards a more Asian model.
Yeah.
Even the global team is also releasing more Asian fit specifics shapes.
But it's more than just a nose bridge, right? Is it narrow profile? Is it smaller?
Correct. So it's kind of redesigned just for Asian faces. So now we are getting more and more releases for Asian sizes as well.
Is it actually, obviously we're in Asia.
Yeah.
Do you sell more Asian fit glasses?
Naturally.
In terms of just out of 100 pairs of glasses in the store you sell, would there be more than 50 of those Asian fit?
So what happens is every time there's a new release, there'll be a global sizing model, and there'll be the Asian ones as well.
Yep.
Some of them for the global models will also have an Asian fit. So most of the time, we will bring in the Asian fit models first.
Yep.
At the same time, for those hero products, we'll bring in a global fit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that because we're Asians, we will only wear Asian fit.
Yeah.
But for my size, I can still fit some of the global fitting ones.
Yeah.
So my advice to anyone who wants to buy me a t-shirt is to go down to the store and try it also.
Go and try it on, look in the little mirror thing.
Yeah,
Take a
correct.
look. Do you have apps these days that you can just upload your face and
Actually, we do.
You do? Oh, wow.
It's like you can actually see how it fits on your face.
Oh, that's so cool. I just made that up. Okay, so you can just have a selfie fit camera and then you choose, I want the Le Monde version, and then boom, it'll come up and it will show you. Okay. So tell me this. Most of the listeners to this podcast are either cyclists, triathletes, or runners.
Yeah.
Okay. So number one selling glasses for runners.
Runners.
Runners sweat is a problem, right? And fit is a problem because your head
Right.
also
That's right. I didn't really bring a running specific one, but do give Spera / a lookout. I know cyclists like to use this a lot. Okay, so how do we know about fitting and about perspiration? The grip of the shades is actually very important. If you look at this rubber on the nose as well as the rubber on the sides.
Okay.
This rubber is what we call unobtainium. So this actually holds grip better the more you perspire.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are looking for any running, cycling shades that you need very good grip, so look out for the unobtainium on the nose as well as on the sides.
I remember back in the day when jawbones were a thing.
Yep.
People were wearing them instead of the radars because they said the radars would, in a crash, would cut your cheek.
Yeah.
Is that still an issue?
That's why we have Asian fit models now.
Okay.
And sometimes even the lens cut, sometimes this is what we call the sweep cut.
Yeah.
So this actually fit our faces better.
Okay.
Actually brought another model. Let me see. Yeah, Sutro, very popular. Full frame, but you see the grip, it's only on the nose and not on the sides. So for runners, it's important to have grips on the nose and on the sides.
Because you're bouncing around a little bit. Cyclists not so big.
Yeah, cyclists, you also have the helmet strap to help you to hook it.
So do you, when you do your product training,
Yeah.
do you tell everybody to put the straps over the glasses over the straps or under the straps, or it doesn't matter? It's a very controversial topic.
Yes. For me, I think it's a personal preference, but I've heard instances where, touch wood, if somebody crashes and if you put it under the straps, so it's a bit more dangerous.
Oh, okay. So there is method to the madness there, I guess. So the big question on everyone's mind is, what was Wout wearing last night when he won his...
If I'm not wrong, he's wearing Sutros.
Which is...
Sutro like Igalaron, this pair.
Okay, nice. Okay, so then the best option for cyclists would be those two, the Sutros and these...
Sutro lights, and we have a latest one. Okay, this is not...
There's a Kato, right? I see Cavendish used to wear this one quite a lot.
So this is actually our second version of Kato.
Yeah.
We have a third version, which I didn't bring. It's called Velo Kato. This is called Quantum Kato.
Okay. What makes that so good? Why do they even bother with a bridge like that?
Yeah, why?
Aerodynamics?
Aerodynamic.
It is?
It is.
Okay.
Aerodynamics. So you design the lens to fit as close to your face as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, to let you have a better field of view. So that you see, if the person sprinting beside you, you can still see it's being covered.
And if you're down in TT position, is the frame going to block?
No,
block you?
it's still fine.
Okay. And Singapore, we all ride between 5 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Low light? Oh, you do have low light. Okay. So low light, do you recommend low light or photochromic?
Okay, so it really depends. If you're going to end your ride later, 8 a.m., 8:30, when the sun is really out, photochromic is probably a better option.
And most of your models come in photochromic as well?
Most.
Okay. And then you don't have readers, but I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys...
we do prescription frames as well. You have sports prescription frames.
Yep.
You have your typical fashion
So all of these models, can they come in prescription
Good question.
models as well? Like if you are blind without contacts, and you have to wear...
Yeah, that's a very good question. Because at this point of time, if it's a shoe length that is red like this, we are unable to do any prescription.
Yeah, right? It's just basically piece of glass or...
But if it's dual lenses, it's still a possibility.
Oh, so if it's two separate...
You can still do prescription.
Okay, so these ones, I'm not sure, they look, these crazy looking ones here.
It's called plantaris.
Okay, if you need the plus 5 or plus 0.5 or plus 1 or something, you can...
Yeah, it's possible. Maximum, if I'm not wrong, it's 500 degrees.
Okay. Cool, man. So, if anyone wants to get a hold of you, is it Edwino?
Edwiano.
Edwiano?
Yes.
I still have you in my phone as Edwiano, right? That's a throwback to your soccer days, I guess.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo.
So you're Edwiano, and then just DM you. All your information's there.
Yeah, I'd otherwise let the store staff know that.
Yep.
If you need anything.
Okay, Edwin, thank you so much. When's your next race?
Wow, this is the second time I got today. The same question, second time today. I haven't really signed up for anything, but I think I should do one soon.
Me too. I haven't. I'm thinking next year. I haven't done a race since the one that I didn't finish, right? So, and that's end of this year with 2 years. So I'm gonna do another one. So let's do one together.
Sure.
Okay, Edwin. Thank you so much. Look forward to it. And I'll see you next time. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.